Morning everyone, it's Monday again, the 30th of January, 2 more days and then we're into the new energy of February, and I wanted to talk a little bit about that this morning because I don't know about you, but I'm really picking up on the full moon energy in Leo, which is coming in at the weekend. So I really was thinking about that over the weekend and how that was affecting me. I haven't slept very well for the last couple of nights. It is about reflecting, and this could be, although this is attached to the full moon in Leo, it is also going to be the theme of February. I'm feeling at the moment. This may change, but at the moment this is where I'm at. So we are obviously going to be reflecting on relationships because we've got Valentine's Day coming up. And I just want to say that that's not always a romantic, loving time for everybody. You know, if you're on your own, it's like, ooh, you know, I can remember those days. If you're having difficulty in your relationship, it's not a great time. Either, and it's very commercialized. So we are going to be looking at our relationships and reflecting, and that's the energy at the moment. And this is not just our romantic relationships, this is our relationships with our parents, with our children, with our friends, with our co-workers. And we're maybe sort of feeling into who can we trust, who can't we trust, where do we need to speak up, where do we need to maybe bide our time for a bit because they're not maybe hearing you, or they may be a bit feisty or grumpy when you try to broach a subject. So it's a real time to what I call choose your battles. And battle's probably the wrong word, but you know, having those meaningful and deep conversations. But you may be feeling that sense of who you can trust and who you can't, and that will open you up to starting to think about where changes need to be made within your relationships. And again, when I say relationships, I'm not just talking about your romantic ones, I'm talking about all relationships. So stay open this week to connecting to those people around you, stepping out of your comfort zone and being brave and having the conversations you know you need to have, because the longer you put it off, the more it's going to fester, the bigger the issue becomes, in my experience. So but it is about choosing your moment. Stay open also to connection with money. Money's coming up for a lot of people at the moment. The way of the world, people losing their jobs, people still having long COVID and not being able to work. That was in the news again this morning. So it's all about how can I stretch my money further, getting your calculator out and really looking about where the money's coming in, where it's going out, and you know, looking at where you have those leaky holes in your bucket where money's seeping out. So it could be subscriptions that you subscribed to a long time ago that you're not even using, or using the content of, cancelling those, seeing where you can shop elsewhere, etc. Also being responsible, I guess that was responsible about money, but being responsible where money's concerned. If you said you're going to do something, support someone in a certain way with money, then make sure you follow through on your promises, yeah? Because that just helps everybody stay on an even keel. It helps everybody relax a little bit because they've got, it's like having that community again, supporting each other where we can. Remembering you can't pull from a half empty cup. So if you haven't got it for yourself, you can't give it to another. Because if you do that, all you're going to do is make your bucket less. You know, more holes in your bucket. So February, I feel, is a heightened month for communication as well. So communication with yourself as well. Being mindful of what you're saying to yourself, how you're feeling, how you're interacting with yourself. So you may need to come into that inner part of you, just connecting within, feeling where you need to have those conversations, where the anxiety is, what it's connected to, what you can do to improve it, when to have the conversation and when to hold fire. You need to remember we've got the Leo full moon this weekend. So that is about releasing, letting go of anything that you don't no longer serves you. That can be situations, people, your own emotions are going to be coming up. And I think it is that time of forgiving others, forgiving ourselves, and looking at what we need to heal within ourselves going forward and working on that. Staying in your own lane, yeah? Letting other people stay in their own lane and do what they need to do to learn and grow, the same way that you have to do what you need to do to learn and grow. So you may also have the feeling of, okay, I have procrastinated long enough. I now need to take action. Yes, it's scary. Yes, I'm frightened. Yes, it's bringing up anxiety, but it's that case of, oh, I need to take the leap of faith. And this is the month for taking the leap of faith. I'm just seeing if there's anything else I've written here that I haven't covered. So yeah, so be open to making necessary changes within your relationships, all of them, not just romantic ones, and stay open to your connection with money so that you can manifest some more in. Okay, look at those core beliefs. Unraveling your beliefs, your emotions. Write down your emotions, what are coming up, your triggers, who's triggering you, and start to unravel those past relationships. Look at your past relationships and how you dealt with them. Is the same pattern playing out? What did you learn? So what do you then need to implement so that you don't go down the same road? So it's about changes. All of that is coming up for us this week, and I can feel it already building. And we've still got 5-6 days to go to the full moon. Remember, it's about releasing and letting go. So start thinking about what it is you need to change within yourself, because you can only change you. You can't change another, although we try in this human body and in this human world out of love, trying to help other people. Sometimes is not always the best thing. Sometimes it's stepping back, which is really hard to do, and watching them make the mistakes, because that's the way we learn, isn't it? Or we try to. So I always say to people, if you're creating that same pattern, if you're doing the same things, look back at your beliefs. Is it a belief that's keeping you stuck in that cycle? Is it that you don't want to go there, you don't want to look at it? This is the time to do it. Is it that you're frightened to have a conversation, to make the changes? Nothing's going to change if you don't make the changes. You're going to get more of the same. Be grateful, grateful, grateful for what you have. So I'm going to pull some cards, because I've done too much chatting, from the Queen of the Moon Oracle deck, seeing as we're approaching full moon in Leo. And I've also got some affirmation cards, because I think we might need a bit of loving this week and next week. So let's just see what cards, Metatron guidance for this week as we approach the full moon. Oh, it just feels a little bit heavy today. It might be because I haven't slept very well, but it just feels a bit... Oh, look, how weird is that? I've just got this card come out. I've obviously put this has got in the wrong deck. This is Amanda Ellis's deck, Akashic Records, which out of all those cards has just flown out of the deck. The wrong deck, I might add, because I'm not using that deck. But it's quite apt, because Metatron knows where you're at. He knows where you're going. He knows where you've been. He knows all the times you've been stressed and struggled. He knows when you've been kind and loving. He knows when you've done your best and when you haven't, when you've not been very supportive to others, when you've not had the conversations. And he's giving you the opportunity now to turn the page and start afresh. Having the conversations, taking the leap of faith, trusting yourself, seeing who you can trust and who you can't. All of that. Isn't that interesting that card come out? Right, let's pull. That was silly of me. I don't know how I left that in there. It must have been when I did a reading. Anyway, let's have a... Oh, now I've dropped half the pack. A card from this deck as well. But that one was obviously meant to come out. I love that when that happens. Okay, that's flipped over. Purity, which goes nicely with this one, because Metatron's giving us the options to start over, take this off and see what's really there. What are you hiding from? What don't you want to see? What do you not want to look at? What do you not want to change? He's giving you that opportunity to go back to 0 point and create a whole new reality by making the changes and being open and letting go and releasing. Oh, I love it. What's this one? Change. What is it? Do you want it? What is it that you need to change to get purity, a new start, starting over? I just want to pull one more. Don't know why, but I am. Okay, he's asking me to pull from this deck. Back to Amanda's deck. One card from here, Metatron. Finish this reading, so I don't want it to go on for too long. What card do we need to go with that? This one. Cosmos mirrors you. What you're putting out there is what you're going to get back. So if you're stuck in the same old cycle, thinking the same thoughts, not learning from your old experiences, not implementing what you've learned, what are you sending out? Because the cosmos is mirroring you. That is absolutely perfect. I'm thrilled to see how much that's lifted my mood. Oh, love it, love it, love it when a plan comes together. Anyway, I'm going to love and leave you. You need to get cracking on with my day. Love to you all. Stay warm and I'll see you Friday. Take care of yourselves. Bye for now.